Don't be messing up shit. Oh, are we on?
No, there's no red light on. You want me to hit this button?
When he sits down.
Yeah. Make sure.
There you go.
All right, we coming on in. Come on in with us. Come on in.
Greetings,
Come on
greetings.
in.
Welcome. Keep going.
Namaste. We are here live. We are not letting the world stop us from social distancing, man. Social distancing. We ain't worried about that. We here. This is the 239 Spiritual Awakening Podcast. Let me start my timer. I am Jay Green. I got
Wow, Bloom in the house. Welcome. Peace and love.
And I am Charles.
Yeah, so we are here live at the Revive. Now, we've been live at the Revive once before, but this is the brand new location of Revive in Bonita Beach Road. So I'm going to turn it over to my brother. He's going to give you a little bit of information about the address, kind of sort of. I know you got a grand opening coming up real soon and kind of what's going on. Then we're going to, I know you urging, you've been telling me since we reconnected, me and him got an interesting story. He already knows me. I kind of know him, but he remembers me more than I remember him. So it's just interesting how the universe brings us together, especially in this time. Today's podcast, we're going to be talking about plant-based diet, which goes hand in hand with the coronavirus, which I believe has something to do with some meat. And then I know Charles is urging, he's just burning. And I love people who love to give their testimony, man. And he's been on me for like a month, and here I am, and here we are bringing it live to you wherever you're going to see this video. So first, let's talk about the Revive, and then we're going to go into your testimony about how plant-based living and healing yourself transform your whole life.
Thank you.
And it's funny, I mean, we can talk about how we know each other too. It's funny how we connected, man.
Yeah, well, it's, I know Jay because my old roommate used to be friends with Jay, and Jay used to stop by over at the house a while ago, and I recognized him. And the first time he came in to Revive, I was just like, "Brother, I know you, man." So yeah, and and I used to listen to Jay's music back in the day too, man. So I mean, much respect and much love to you, brother.
And now here we are on a whole different path than we were then, bro.
Yeah.
Two different testimonies, but great testimonies. But I'm gonna let you tell yours first. So, how you came to Revive, and you're the co-proprietor of Revive, correct?
Yes. It's my business partner Lisa and I actually we are co-owners of the business at Revive Wellness and Education Center. It's at 3521 Bonita Bay Boulevard. And I guess I'm passionate about plants, period. And it's plant medicines actually saved my life. And I was a bad drug addict and alcoholic for many years of my life. I had every addiction under the sun. I had food addictions too. I weighed 273 pounds at one time, and it was through plant medicines and a high dose of ketamine that I actually alleviated these issues out of my life. My journey started with the high dose of ketamine, and then I moved on to, I researched and I found dimethyltryptamine, or DMT. And, and these medicines, along with psilocybin mushrooms, alleviated these issues out of my life, along with a lot of self-work and meditation. And it is truly my passion now to spread the word, scream this from the rooftops, that there is hope out there, everybody. It's not even just with addiction issues. If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, anything that this society has programmed you to keep you down, there are natural healing remedies out there that can help you truly. So
Absolutely.
So it is, and I am on a plant-based diet now as well. So plant medicines, plant-based diet, plants are a huge part of my life now.
That's wonderful. Welcome. Congratulations. It's such a great honor to be here, to meet you, to hear your story, to hear your testimony, and for you to encourage other people. That's wonderful. I'm very honored to be here. Happy to meet you today, make your acquaintance. Thank you.
And how we're tied together. When you found your purpose, my father passed away about almost 5 years ago to the day. He passed away in April of 2015, and he was fighting paralysis of the liver and stomach cancer too. And what drew me to the plant-based lifestyle and the plant-based healing was I just went searching for natural herbal ways to heal him, because I'm like, chemotherapy, radiation. I'm like, this can't be, frying someone's body can't be the way to heal them and cure them. There's got to be other alternatives out there. And that's how I stumbled upon Rick Simpson, I just was on YouTube, searching. I found this guy named Rick Simpson, and for those of you who don't know who Rick Simpson is, I suggest you just Google him. And basically, he's a guy in Canada who was growing his own hemp oil, and he was giving it away to people for free. He wasn't into monetary gain. He actually started by treating himself because he fell off a ladder and did something in his head. And then he went on to, he had his own farm, and he was just giving it away to naturally healing people. And that's what I'm like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing in this lifetime.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I have to go out and tell people, we don't need all these damn pills that doctors don't, they don't get the root of healing. They just cure the after side effects of it.
They pay attention to symptoms. They don't pay attention to the root. And that's the beautiful thing when you're dealing with plants. It's all stemming from the root. So, Mama Earth brings you home all the way within yourself. So, anything outside of yourself, it's only going to be surface. It's not going to get to the core. And that's what plant medicine does. It brings you to the core, and then through meditation and prayer and self-love, it brings you to the core of who you are, the true source of who you are. And that's what plants bring to us. As far as me and my experience and how long I've been involved in plant medicine and plant-based eating and a lifestyle, this has been 33 years I've been dealing with herbs and plant-based lifestyle and eating. 33 years.
That's a powerful number.
Yeah,
you're not a Freemason, are you?
That's 6, that divine, in the divine 9. So people have often asked me, well, how long and how did you and what did you? And I've always said for decades, it's always been my reason, and it's my body kicked into its divine intelligence, literally. I kicked into divine intelligence. I remember when I was a youth, which I'm still a youth, but a younger youth, I would have all these types of symptoms every single winter. I would get sick. I would have fever. I would have to be out of school for weeks. And then finally one day, my body just shut down, and I slept for 2 days. And when I woke up, my body only wanted greens and fruit. And so I obeyed. I was obedient. And this happened when I was 14. My mother thought I was crazy. I did not get this from any external, you need to do this, you need to do this. I used to cut school. I used to leave school and go to a food co-op in my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. What's up? The Cleveland Food Co-op. And I gained my education through autodidactic ways. I went and taught myself. I cut school. I used to go to the library. I used to go to the food co-op, and I would learn how to identify the herbs and the plants that were in my area. And that was the beginning of my journey. I have 2 children, 2 stars, 19 and 17. I raised them vegan. I was pregnant vegan. I've been a raw food vegan. I've done everything: fasting, juicing, smoothieing, whatever, sprouts, wheatgrass. I've done it all. It's been 3 decades plus. And so I'm so happy that everyone now is finally waking up. Back in the day, I used to have to hide. I used to have to be very quiet and shrink because people didn't understand, and so they would attack, and then they would question, and they would always try to prove that the plant-based living was wrong. Well, now everybody has awakened, and I'm so happy. So now I can give all of the treasure that I have been accumulating for over 30 years, and now I can be of service, and it is my passion and my purpose to be of service in the healing of everyone on this planet. So welcome home, everyone.
And it's funny you say the number 33 because the number 33 is when I started on my spiritual journey too. That's definitely, and that's, we all know that's the year that Jesus left this physical plane, so to speak, depending on what you believe in. So I think now this podcast is more important, and this is podcast number 19. And we always start off the podcast by breaking down the numbers. A 1 and a 9 is a 10, which breaks down to a 1. So 10 is the end of a cycle. 1 is the beginning of a new cycle.
And we are absolutely in the beginning.
In this world right now, it couldn't be a more perfect time to talk about this because let's talk about it. The coronavirus, there's no way around it. Here we are in sunny Southwest Florida. Thank God we're not on lockdown yet. But I think the curfew is imminent. I mean, it's already in California, the whole state of California.
It's coming.
New York City.
It's coming.
It's coming. So, but we are blessed to be here to do this for you guys and not be locked down in our houses where we can't even come out the house. And real quick, before we dive deep, we got to give a shout out to Francisco, one of our Soul Tribe members who's stuck in Peru right now.
Yes, Francisco, we're sending so much love to you, and we can't wait to welcome you back home to us. Oh my gosh, just stay light, stay love, stay positive, and know that you are not alone. We love you so very much.
Yeah, he's stuck in Peru right now. Apparently there's no airplanes, there's no ground travel, everything is on lockdown there, so we're trying to get him back here so we can bring forth our next gathering, which I know y'all been looking forward because it's been a while. We were supposed to have one, but we're going to have one. And now let's talk about Revive, and then we're going to go into the importance of living and eating a plant-based diet, the real benefits, because a lot of people, you know, and then we can go where we're at. You say you're 4 months in, you're 33 months in.
33 years.
33 years. I don't know where I got months from. 33 years, 4 months. I'm still a baby. I haven't fully converted over, but it's been a 2-year progression. Like I haven't drank milk in 2 years. Haven't had like steak and like a lot of meat. But now I just stopped doing eggs and yogurt 2 days ago. So now I'm like getting to the building up where like the meat part is gonna go. So it's a progression thing. So I don't want y'all to see this to think, hey, one day I'm just gonna wake up and I can just go cold turkey vegan.
Well, it's different for everybody because I did. So it's everybody's path is different, and that's the thing. You have to not compare your path to anyone else's. We're all going to get there, guaranteed. We all come from one source. We all will return home. So however it is for you, that is yours. That is your unique experience. That is your unique story. That's the way it's for you. So yeah, everybody's different.
So I'm just going to touch real quick on what we're doing here at Revive is we're actually setting up for ketamine treatments here, and we should be set up very, very shortly, but that's the only not natural thing that we're doing at the facility. We are most ketamine treatment facilities, what they do is they'll give people the treatments, give them a couple therapy sessions, and tell them to go integrate back out into the world, and we're doing the complete opposite. We're going to hold people's hands back to mental wellness. We're pointing them towards a plant-based diet. We're trying to get people off of pharmaceuticals. We're going to be doing yoga, qigong, meditation classes. We're doing medical cannabis referrals out of here, aesthetic procedures, massage therapy, muscle activation therapy, all natural healing methods to try to get people off of all of these chemicals and all of this crap that they're pumping into our bodies.
Thank you. Yes.
Let's dive in then. You guys want to talk about this coronavirus thing? Because I know, I mean, there's really no way around it. The whole world right now is experiencing it. But we're here in America right now broadcasting. So, coronavirus. You want to start off by giving your thoughts on it? I know we kind of talked about it behind the scenes, but and then we're going to tie it into the importance of plant-based diet and living in, because it's my belief, or part of my belief, that the coronavirus originated from animals, particularly from a bat. And what was the name of the other?
Well, it was a pangolin. I'm not sure where I stand on the whole where it came from, but that's what we were talking about before, But go ahead, man.
So my logic is part of the reason, and not all of the reason, but part of the reason is, they're saying it originated in Wuhan in China at these wet markets, aka food markets, where basically people just walk up, buy whatever kind of animal they want to eat, they kill it in front of you, you buy it, you eat it. And there's really, the sanitation is very low. I mean, they got all different kind of animals. And I'm from Chicago. I've seen this type of stuff in Chinatown, so it's not really new to me. And I was just in Chicago, and it's still going on in Chicago, by the way. So,
well, that's a part of the culture. I mean,
right.
I really don't even want to get into like where and why and what. The bottom line is here, and this is what we need to focus on, the solution. So we can sit up and pontificate all day long. I really don't even have conversations about the coronavirus, because whatever it is, we have to know how to be adaptable. We have to know how to be flexible, and we have to know how to be intentional in what we give our energy to. And sometimes when you're so focused on, wait a minute, what, why, and how did it come? You're not focused where you need to be, which is what you do have control of. And what you do have control of is your mindset, your mental attitude, the things that you consume energetically, the conversations you consume, the foods, the medicines that you consume. And this is an opportunity for everybody to wake the F up. Wake the fuck up. I mean, it just really is. So this is just, so it's not even about let's pontificate, because we don't know. Nobody knows. The only people who know are the people who created it. Okay, or where the source knows. Only God knows. So Let's focus on the solutions, what we can do, because too many people are out here afraid. People are feeling that the world is coming to an end. The world, life does not stop. Life does not cease. We are creative vibrational frequency. So your life is not ending. Yes, the world as we know it, is that shifting? Is that changing? Absolutely. But how can you empower yourself to move forward in this new way of living, new way of thinking? This is calling for you to bring the best of you out. And the best way that you can energize yourself is to become one with Mama Nature. She will not have it any other way. And I don't care what man creates, what man tries to penetrate you with, fear and all of these things. Commune with Mother Nature. She is your teacher, and that's what I'm here about. I don't care about the coronavirus in that way, to discover where and how and what and where geographical. No, baby, it's touching everybody because we're all one. Ain't no China over there and America over here and Peru over there. We are all one. And what we need to bring is a love vibration and a love frequency and healing plant Mama Earth medicine. And that's what I want to talk about. So y'all can talk about Corona all you want to.
She preaching today, y'all.
Stick a lime in that Corona and drink it down. Okay? Because let's talk about some greens, some herbs, some healing, some loving, some how we're going to raise our vibrations and our frequency and come together as a collective conscious community to get out of this. I don't care about where any of this stuff came from. It's time for us to be called to what we're being called to do, which is raise our vibrations.
Well, it's like, that's what if anybody hasn't checked me out yet, I started a page called Only Positive Vibes and Posts on Facebook, and we're actually going live on there right now as well. And I keep telling people, raise your vibrations. It's like, stay in a positive state of mind. That's truly what we have to do, because the lower our vibrations are, the more that we can be attacked by these sort of things. So it's like, I don't really talk about it, like I don't really focus on what's going on with it as much as well. What I do is I'm taking care of my body. I'm exercising at home because they close the gyms down. I do a turmeric, ginger, garlic, lemon juice shot every day.
Let's talk about that.
I eat my plant-based diet. I take my supplements, my plant, all of these healthy alternatives that we have to all of these other, all of these chemicals and all of these pharmaceuticals that they're trying to pump us with. Let's detoxify our bodies. I use the sauna all the time.
CBD Detox C right here, baby.
There you go. It's like I'm in
plug.
Absolutely.
I'm in a constant state of detox though, because it's like, the cleaner that we keep our vessels, and that's truly what it is. This is the vessel of the divine, is that we can raise our vibrations to a higher frequency and we stay healthier. And it's all about what we're putting into this divine vessel that we have right here.
Absolutely. Boosting our immunity through our mind and through what we consume, through the plant medicines, the people that we come in contact with, the conversations that we have. Love is all there is. If we stay in the frequency of love and connection, building community, and knowing that our only devotion needs to be to love and Mama Earth, like that's it. So yeah.
I forgot to bring my tuning fork today, my 528 hertz, man, the love frequency. But we don't need it. We automatically vibrating on 528 hertz.
That's
the truth.
That's right. So you mentioned ginger, turmeric. So yeah, let's share with some people. First off, just meditation.
That's a big one.
Meditation is medicine. I want people to realize that you don't have to, there are no rules with meditation. Meditation is simply calming your mind, calming yourself, stilling yourself, becoming present. And what your present is knowing that you are love, you are source, you are connected, and you are not alone. And just connecting to the prana, to the breath, to the life, to everything around you. So you don't have to lay down, you don't have to put on a certain attire, you don't have to be in a certain environment, you don't have to listen to a certain type of music. Whilst you're walking, whilst you're washing your dishes, whilst you're making your salad, whilst you're nursing your baby, whilst you're hugging your partner, that is all meditation. When you're just present and living in a forever mood of gratitude, that is meditation. So when you do that, and when you're connecting to yourself, and when you're not, if you have fear, if you have any negative feelings inside of you, don't try to avoid those things. Go where they're calling you, because those things are bringing you home to yourself. It's asking for your attention. A lot of times people think when they meditate or when they're on a journey to really get into themselves that they have to deny their negative feelings. They have to deny the ugly stuff. No, the ugly things, when you face the ugly facts, it leads you home to your beautiful truth. So do not avoid those things. Like, get in touch with that, but don't let them overcome you. And this is how you're building your mental capacity to be empowered, to be the controller of your destiny. So meditation is absolutely important.
I agree. I push that every day on my social media. Every day. I know we friends. I push meditation every day because that's where it all starts, in my opinion, because that's when all of the magic starts to happen. Once you go in and tap into that third eye, that kundalini, and just that conscious in yourself. Yeah,
source.
Exactly. Your source energy. We all have it, like you said. We have the same God force. This is our church, our vessel. And we have to protect that energy at all costs.
And you are the temple.
I start my day off every day in a state of gratitude. I get down on my knees and I start telling the universe, thank you for this, thank you for that. I stay in a constant state of gratitude. It's a great way to restart your day. If you're having a bad day, just start your day over, get in a state of gratitude, and then right after I do that, I meditate. So when I meditate, I get into a state of gratitude. I think about all of the beautiful blessings that I have in my life, raise my vibration through that, oxygenate my body, because when we're meditating, as long as you oxygenate yourself really well before you go into it, and then that way your body doesn't it doesn't start to freak out, or you don't get anxiety, and your mind doesn't travel as much because you're in a calm state, and then you just let go and become one with everything.
Yes, breath is life. So yeah, definitely being present in your breath, it's so powerful. A lot of people think you got to go out and it's great to have tools, your crystals and your tuning fork and all that stuff, but essentially you came out of the womb as you are. You came out of the womb as you are, and you're gonna return to the great cosmic mother as you are with nothing. All you have, everything that you need, you have. You possess it within. So just sit still within yourself. Just be still. Breathe and take your time with yourself. Be loving and gentle with yourself. And then when you walk out into the world, extend that to other people. Share that with other people.
So I want to talk about the plant-based diet, because I do think that I think that there's definitely a massive shift right now with this whole experience of the coronavirus. I not only just with changing, I just think by being kind of isolated with this social distancing, I think a lot of people are going to be forced to go within now. And I was watching some, I'm guilty. I was watching the news. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I was watching the news and they already running ads, negative ads on how these are things to look out for when you're with your family. And it's like, come on, man, turn off the TV. It's a distraction. It's crazy how they're already trying to distance ourselves by being together. Yep. It's like, how are we going to be together, isolated in a house, and then they're giving tips to call these numbers if you can't get along with your kids. It's anyway, let's go back to the plant-based diet. That just
and just to touch on it real quick, I truly believe that this is the universe's way also of this is going to be a raise in consciousness. This is going to make people learn how to eat healthy, eat plant-based, be good to one another after. It's like, this is going to be the biggest shift in consciousness I believe that there's ever been, because it's going to force people to start looking for healthier alternatives, natural alternatives, to live a healthier way of life. And in a plant-based diet in my life, that is truly one of the things I do to keep myself as healthy as possible. I mean, I live by it. I tell people all the time, I feel healthier than I ever have. I'm living it and I'm loving it. So,
That's it. Yeah, you have no choice. A lot of people like to think you have a choice. You have no choice. It's a facade to think that you have a choice. It's fine. You can fight it all you want to. That's like fighting your mother. Like, you have no choice. That mama is mama. There is nothing you can do. You can have tons and tons of friends and boyfriends and girlfriends. There is only one mama, and we all have to return home to mama, and that's just what it is. So the least amount of time that you waste resisting, the sooner you're going to arrive where you need to be. So it does not have to be difficult. You can choose that if you want. That's your choice to say, okay, well, but you're gonna come. You can come now or you can come later. So that's really your only choice. Is like when you're gonna just surrender and say, okay, mama, here I come. So it's definitely we're being called to raise our conscious. Mama's like, you gotta come home, baby. You've gone out there and do what you want to do and be distracted. These are, tools that, whatever. But you're gonna come.
Well,
you're gonna come.
It's like when I started this journey on the plant-based diet, I removed red meat first, then I removed pork. I tell people do it in steps. Then I removed chicken, and I have a lot of respect for you for just diving into it.
She went hardcore with it.
Pardon the pain with it, but it's like I removed one thing out at a time until there was nothing left to remove, and I got to tell you, it was the best decision, one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Absolutely. And along the path for me, I've assisted a lot of people. I used to be a vegan chef. I had private clients. I used to deliver food. I've done raw food. I've helped people along with juicing and cleansing and detoxing, fasting, herbal medicine. So definitely each person, like I said, is different. And so you have to find out what works for you. Don't think that, I have to do it like this and I have to do it like that. But that's a wonderful way to do it. Like just eliminating, even if you feel like you can't, remove the words I can't. Just dedicate, let's just say 1 day a week, like start in steps. Say, well, today I'm not going to eat whatever it is, if it's red meat, or this week I'm going to avoid red meat. Instead of red meat, I'll have fish. Instead of red meat, I'll have chicken. Do that, and so that you can see that you're accomplishing something each little step of the way. So it doesn't seem overwhelming, because it's not overwhelming. It's very simple. You have to develop ways to be gentle and loving and kind with yourself while you're transitioning. So it's nothing that you want to, did it go back up? This isn't forcing or this is all gentle. Nature is gentle, nature is loving, and so you have to recognize that. So today I'm not going to eat this and I'm going to eat this. And then even don't set yourself up where you feel like you're restricting yourself. So have like, okay, the best choice today is this, and then that's what you commit yourself to, and just commit to giving yourself the best because you deserve the best.
I just want to throw some foods out there. Let's talk about some food specifics, because we haven't really got into that. I'll throw out what I eat on a daily basis, and for a baby, for a beginner like myself, my transitional story, all I did was make some simple changes. Like daily, I eat kale, and these are all cheap things. A lot of people got this illusion like going vegan, organic, and healthy is just so expensive, and that's not the truth. I mean, these are simple things that you can eat. We all like fruits and vegetables, common sense. I eat kale, bananas, peanuts or peanut butter. I drink apple cider vinegar. These are just some things I'm throwing out there. Olive oil. I think I watched a guy the other day, and he said there was 5 things he ate. He lived to be 110 years old, and he mentioned chocolate. That kind of threw me off. I don't know how y'all feel about chocolate.
Maybe it was cacao. Maybe it was the pure chocolate, but not the commercial chocolate that everyone's used to or familiar with. Yeah.
Olive oil
is a medicine.
Olive oil. I forgot what the rest are, but anyway, that's simple. My point I'm trying to make is like this: very simple things that you could add to your diet to take out. I just stopped drinking milk. I told y'all off air.
Eliminate dairy. I call it scary. I call it scary dairy. Anything, it's just scary dairy, and you should be very afraid. It's causing all types of inflammation and mucus and disease in the body. You just want to eliminate those things that are causing mucus in the body. Mucus is the source and cause of all of the diseases in your body, and dairy is scary. You should be not putting that in your mouth.
I think, like, honestly, like, dairy is probably one of the worst things that you can eat. It really is. Yeah. For my options for dairy, I do almond milk. There's a pea milk called Ripple I drink, and it actually has a high protein content in it as well. There's a lot of vegan cheeses and healthy options for dairy and stuff like that. But I eat a lot of rice. I eat a lot of beans. I eat a lot of fresh vegetables. I do a lot of juicing. I do a lot of blending up, fruits, and I get plant-based proteins that, like pea proteins or peanut proteins and stuff like that, because I do work out and I do need a higher protein intake than a lot of normal people do. So I do supplement that, but I supplement it with all natural, healthy, non-GMO, organic proteins and stuff like that. And listen, this is something I tell people all the time too. If you're going towards a plant-based diet, you have to be aware of you have to go non-GMO and organic as much as possible, because of the amount of pesticides and everything that they put on all these plants that aren't, if you're switching to a plant-based diet and you're eating mostly plants and you're pumping your body full of pesticides all of a sudden, that's not going to be very beneficial for you either.
Not at all. Not at all. So, but if you feel that you can't get there right away, just visit your produce section in your grocery stores. That is the best place to be, in the grocery store. When you go to the grocery store, just go to the produce section. Make love and be made love to by all of that vibrant rainbow of food that's there for our benefit. If you know any organic growers, gain relationships, grow relationships with your farmers, gain relationships with your backyard gardeners. Learn how to plant a couple of seeds, some cucumbers, some tomatoes, some basic things. It's time for people to start really building community and working together and bartering. Our economy is being affected by all of this stuff. So learn what you have, figure out what you have and what everyone has. Like, our relationships are our resources. Everyone has something of value. How can we exchange with one another to bring value to one another's lives? But as far as the food, go visit your produce aisle. Go visit the produce section. Get definitely organic, locally grown produce and start there. Pick up a book. Learn about the nutrients that are in the vegetables, and it's very simple. It does not have to be complicated at all. I promise you, it's not complicated.
And I love where she went with that about growing our own food too. Now
I was about to say the same thing.
I think that, honestly, what better way to know what they're putting on the food that you eat when you grow it yourself, or you have a community of people, and listen, together we are one, and that's where we need to go with all of this. Is we need to start working with one another and growing more fruits and vegetables and healthy things to eat, and as a community, have more potlucks, have more get-togethers, come together as a community and share these foods together.
That's what it's all about.
There it is.
We're going to do it right here at Revive in Bonita Springs, Florida, man.
And
what's the address again?
3521 Bonita Bay Boulevard. Yeah, and we're going to be doing plant-based potlucks out of here. That's one of the things that we're doing.
Absolutely.
So manifesting it right now in his mouth.
Don't be worried if you don't have a yard, if you don't have someone who has something. So, just don't give up. Like, this is the time to be so determined to change your life and to evolve. Don't give up. Somebody with a yard. Someone with a little plot that you can go and say, hey, can I grow some food? And in exchange, I will, share the food with you. There are ways. Be resourceful. You are creative. You are powerful. See what is around you and use what's around you. This is the time for us to be so creative in building our connectivity in our communities. You can grow food. You don't have to be a master gardener. If it's just one crop that will benefit you, if you say, hey, I just want to grow collard greens, you can start growing collard greens. Maybe a friend of yours can say, hey, well, you're growing collard greens, I'll grow some beets. And then another friend can say, hey, y'all got the beets and the collard greens, I'm going to grow carrots. And then next thing you know, it's 10, 12, 11, let's just say 4 of y'all. That's 4 crops that you all can rotate and share, that's organic, that you planted, that has the seed of your love intention in there. And then that's how it begins. And then it just grows and expands. This is a wonderful opportunity. All this stuff that's going on in the world, don't let that distract you from the golden opportunity that is presenting for us to really become empowered, self-reliant, and self-sufficient, and build true community that is healing for the collective consciousness of this planet. Like, this is, I give thanks and praises to all of the madness that's going out in the world, whatever you want to call it, Corona, Shazona, whatever you want to call it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You want to build your immunity? Sit down and just say thank you for 10 minutes every day. 2 times a day, 3 times a day. Just sit down right now and just say thank you, thank you, thank you. That's building your immune system. It's that simple. You don't have to go out looking outside of yourself for anything, for nothing.
She preaching today, man. I don't know what got into her, bro. We talk about plant-based. We see what her passion is for plant-based living. Boy.
That's
This is her
it.
thing.
That's it. But the plant is like, it's like being planted in source. Being planted in source. It's not just the plants that you're eating. Plant yourself. Be plant-based in source.
Well,
be planted in source.
These are high vibrational foods. Plants and fruits and everything has a different vibratory state. We're all vibrating at a different vibratory state. And all of these plants that we're talking about and all these fruits, they vibrate at such a higher frequency. So how do you raise your own vibration? You eat things that vibrate at a higher frequency. I mean,
that's it. It's very simple. It's very simple. We have to. Everybody is. It's time for us to ascend. And when you think of ascension, that is flight. And I always say, stay light for the flight. I actually have a song, "Stay Light for the Flight."
I am unstoppable.
But we have to.
That's how we started off today.
Yes,
I am unstoppable.
I am unstoppable.
Yes.
But we have to stay light for the flight. And it's just being light in heart, being light in mind, eating light foods and light vibration. It's not just when you think of like weight, light, something light and heavy, but light, the spectrum, because we are to be eating the rainbow. We are the rainbow. We are the spectrum. When you think about your chakra systems, that's all connected to light frequency and the spectrum. We are the rainbow. We are the rainbow. It's so funny. I just want to do a little sidebar on this because, people think the rainbow belongs to our, what is it called now? LGB, our sisters and brothers, but the rainbow belongs to us all. So I have always rocked the rainbow. People be like, oh, like judgmental. You gay? I sure am gay. I'm happy as fuck. Yes, I'm gay. And I am one with the rainbow, and the rainbow is me. So we have to eat the rainbow, taste the rainbow, be the light. We have to stay light for the flight because Mama is saying, come on home. It's time to ascend. Yes.
And listen, I keep telling people that are in my circle, I think one of the most beautiful things about what's going on right now is so many factories, and I know this is bad for business for a lot of people, but so many of the factories that are pumping all these pollutants out into our air and killing Gaia or Mother Earth or whatever you want to call it, they shut down, and you can see from space that the pollution's clearing up. The water is looking better. It's this truly...
We can breathe
that's
again.
Right. Yeah. Mama's saying, that's right, come on home, baby. Come on home.
So listen, I know everybody out there, if you're watching the media and all this, stop, because listen, that's all just pumping doom and gloom. You've got to stay positive, and you've got to think of the positive aspects of all this. This is going to be a revolution of health, a revolution of change. Something that, I tell people all the time, there's an analogy I use where it's there's a frog sitting in a pot of water. If it'll sit there for a while and they turn up the heat, the frog will end up getting cooked, right? But see, this right here, this is the splash of hot water that's going to make us, the frog, jump out of the water and realize before we get cooked that we need to make a change.
Absolutely. You have no choice. You think you have a choice. You don't have a choice. You have no choice. So welcome home, welcome home, welcome home.
We've been preaching this with this podcast since last summer.
Welcome home.
So we're gonna keep
welcome
going.
Home. Welcome home. This is beautiful. I feel we are blessed. We are abundant. We are prosperous. We are so very fortunate. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this is all going to bring us. The world will never be the same. This is historic. You don't even understand how powerful this is right now. It hasn't hit everyone. The world will never be the same. So no, the world isn't ending, but that old world, that old way, it is.
We're going from 3D to 5D.
It just is. That's
You're
just
coming along or you ain't.
You have no choice. You have no choice.
Stop fighting it.
Yeah, hey, it's much easier to walk with it than get dragged. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. You have no choice. So yeah, that's just what it is. And I know everybody says plant-based diet. I've always said for decades, I'm on a plant-based live it, because ain't nothing dying over here. When you're eating plants, when you're eating organic foods, when you're eating foods that are coming from the earth, that's not prepackaged, that's not, tampered with, you are living. You are regenerating. You are feeding yourself.
You are the earth.
You are feeding yourself on a cellular level, and everything is about regeneration and reviving. I love the name of your business is Revive. That's what this is. It's a revival. This is about revival. And so you want to do everything in your power, what you have control of, which is what you consume, what your thoughts are, what the foods are, what the conversations are, the music you're listening to, the books you're reading. Just consume, just consume pure love, pure light, pure rainbow, plants, medicines, herbs, good people. It's just that simple.
And it's like I do intermittent fasting a lot too, and I'll fast for a while, and I notice when I do fast that my vibration seems to raise as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and if you do fast long enough, you do start to heal at a cellular level.
Oh, yeah.
So like hey, this is a great time to practice your fasting, practice your practice your healthy eating.
Mm-hmm.
All of these changes that we're all gonna have to make anyways. And
You gotta come.
Some of us have been doing it longer for others.
Get on the spaceship with us.
You
already know.
We
You already
taking
know.
flight.
You don't have a choice. You like to think you do. You don't have a choice.
No.
Just come on. You safe.
I want to speak on one last thing, but I know you probably want but I want to talk about the concept of like carnivore and non-carnivore, because some people, there's still going to be some non-believers that don't, naysayers, whatever, we ain't worried about them, but I just want to end on the note of, y'all thoughts, do you think humans were designed to eat meat? Because the gorilla, from what I understand, the gorilla is the biggest, strongest, healthiest creature on this earth, and the elephant is the biggest, and they're all plant-based.
I don't think that. I personally don't think that. Do I judge people who think that? Absolutely not. Because no matter what, we all got to come on home. Everybody's going to learn on their own. And if you do want to eat meat, if you do want to continue your meat, that's fine. We're saying what I am advocating, because I've learned after 30 years to not ever come at anybody saying you need to do this, it has to be this. There is not just one way. There is just a way, and it's your way, but we're all getting there. So what I advocate is just increasing the foods, the plant medicines. Are we designed to do this? Everybody has their opinion. Do I even really know? I know what has worked for me. I know how I've raised my 2 children who are perfectly healthy. I've never immunized my children. I've never vaccinated my children. My children were homeschooled. My children have never been sick. They've never had an ear infection. We don't have a family doctor. I am the doctor. So I don't know what works for you. If you feel like you want to eat meat, eat the cleanest meat, eat the healthiest meat. Make sure meat is not being pumped with antibiotics. There are farmers who for centuries have raised their own food, developed a relationship with their meats. It's a part of their tradition, their ritual, the way they do it. So whatever you eat, just eat clean. And just make sure that if you want to continue to consume meat, increase the volume, the amount of green and vibrant colored plant foods in your consumption. So just increase it, like decrease the meat, see how it feels for you. But no, I'm not here telling you shouldn't. We weren't designed. Do I know that? I don't know that. Who knows that? There people who eat based according to their blood type. It's so much science and so much information, and everyone is different. Just eat plant-based as much as you possibly can, because these are the foods that are going to support you in your ascension and your spiritual ascension, to keep you light, to keep you vibrating at the highest frequency, so that you can be the most effective in this world as we are all healing. So that's what I have to say about that.
My take on it is like a long time ago, hundreds and hundreds of years ago or whatever. First of all, meats didn't have all these antibiotics and everything they're pumping in them today, right? And we were more like, we didn't have access. You see, everything's evolving always. We're always evolving. And like when people couldn't get a lot of the nutrients or whatever, they had to eat certain things.
Exactly.
But see, people weren't eating meat the way that society eats meat these days either.
Exactly.
It was like one of these things where they might have it like once a week or whatever, and they were plant-based for the most part.
Exactly. And they were growing. They had their own food, they're animals.
There it is. So it's like I'll never knock anybody for the way they eat, but we're not supposed to be eating meat all day long either. You know what I'm saying? It's like, everybody's eating meat meat every single meal and stuff like that. That's not what we were designed to do. I don't believe.
No, it's
personally.
about balance. So if you want to continue to eat meat, eat clean meat and balance it. Just have a balanced.
Throw some fruits and vegetables with it, with that steak.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, I mean, and if you're not ready to make the jump yet, there's different vibrations between different meats too. Like red meat has it's like no vibration at all. But chicken and eggs have a higher vibration, or no, I'm sorry, fish and eggs actually have the highest vibrations out of like meat, or or where you want to go.
You
with
want
that.
to get lighter and lighter and lighter. That's the point, because we are ascending, and you got to stay light for the flight, or you just won't make it up. You just won't make it up. You just won't make it up.
Simple.
You just won't make it up,
Final thoughts?
And then I'm glad, because you're talking about the evolution of it all. Soon there are going to be people that's going to be doing podcasts like, well, we've been breatharian for 20 years, and do you think that people should be eating plants and kale and collards and fruits and vegetables? And so, you don't know where we're going. There are people, I know breatharians, I know there are people that don't consume liquid or food. Their food is the sun. Their food is air. The pranayama. So there are all levels. We all gonna get there, baby. However your journey is, that's for you. That's for you. Just eat the cleanest, the purest, the most loving, light vibration food that you can eat. So there are no rules. There are no rules. We all gonna get there. You don't have a choice.
Breatharians, I learned. That's what I took away from this podcast. Someone who lives just off the air.
Yeah. So
I haven't met one of those yet, but I'll be interested.
Soon, y'all, you don't know. Like 100 years from now, people gonna be walking around just breathing. We're not gonna even have to eat. We're gonna be so light vibratory that it's all about breathing. It's just the breath. People are on all different levels here. There is no rule. This is only you. This is your journey. This is your journey. But the bottom line, the takeaway for me is, we all got to come home. You don't have a choice. However you got to get there, however you have to detach from things that are weighing you down, things that are stopping you from evolving and becoming that light body. Cut away those things at your pace. Be gentle, be loving with yourself. And that's just it. That's just really what it is.
I think it's simply put. Any final thoughts, Charles?
I just wanted to send positive energy and healing vibrations to everybody out there and tell you all how much I care about you and
Yes,
love you.
I love you so much.
Truly.
I love you so much. Thank
Sending
you
you
all
all
so
of our
much. Yes.
energy through the cell phone. Hopefully it's not
Yes.
5G radiating you, but
Yes.
we're going to send our vibes. If everybody who
you.
commented on it, Charles
I
will go
love
back
you.
later and reply to everybody's
I love
comment
you.
most
I love
likely.
you. I love you.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the 239 Spiritual Awakening Podcast. Much more to come.
Yes, I'm Wild Bloom. You can hit me up on Instagram at Wild Bloom Creations, or Wild Bloom Womb on Instagram. And I'm so happy to be here. And yes.
I'm Jay Green. Check me out on Facebook. It's Jay Green, JayGreen, or on our Spiritual Awakening page, and on YouTube at God is Good Charities.
Yes.
And I am Charles Patty, and I have my Only Positive Vibes and Post page on Facebook. Check it out, or you can hit me up at Charles Patty on Facebook. Namaste.
All right.
Namaste.
Peace and love. Thank you. I love you.